Hey architecture students, alright, we're going to go over how to build the basic home. The steps in the video that I showed you before kind of introduced you to it. If you were to watch her whole video though, it's a little bit confusing and hard to follow, so I decided to make my own. We are just using a couple sheets of your 3D home kit to make this. You will have a lot left over, and that's for the next project where you get to design your own home and use a lot more creativity. So try not to waste any materials for this project, okay? It's kind of like the stepping stone project. Once again, I did send home a glue stick with you, so you'll need that glue stick. I also sent home a pencil for you to use, as well as tape. Obviously your tape doesn't look like mine, it's a little tape dispenser, but so you'll have those materials. The two materials you'll have to find around your house is the scissors and some kind of ruler or straight edge that you can use, okay? Materials you need from your kit. There are, in the back of the kit, they're double-sided grid paper, so on the back and the front it has grid paper, and it's just a single one. There's some in the back of your kit that it folds out. We don't want to use that one for this one. You'll use that for your next project. So just a single grid paper. You're going to choose a roof material and a siding material. So this is my roofing material that I chose. Okay, and what I would do is I would choose ones that you don't care for too much, that you don't mind using for this project, because the next project you're going to really want to use the materials that you really want to. So there's my roofing material. Again, in the other video she said you could turn it sideways to make siding. In this case I'm going to use this for my roof. And then my siding is going to be the one with the lines. If you want to make like a tin or metal roof, I would save this and don't use it on this project, because if you turn it to the side, then it makes the tin and metal roofing. Okay. Alright, so the first step that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take that double-sided grid paper, and you're going to lay it down, and we're going to make a 30 by 40 rectangle on it. Now each one of these squares is a foot. Okay, so if we want 40 feet, we just got to count 10 boxes because there's 4 squares in a big box. Okay, so if I count 10 boxes out, I'm going to make a line. And I'm going to write 40 at the bottom. And then I'm going to count to get up to 30. Six times 4 is 24, plus 4, actually sorry, we want it to be 32. So I drew my line for 40 right here, and then this is my 32 feet. And I drew my line right here for that. Now I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to make sure I get a straight edge here, and this is going to be our base for our home. Okay. We'll draw the lines out for it. Okay, and then you're going to cut it out. As carefully as you can. And then save this extra chunk because you might use it in your next project, so make sure you put it with your other materials. So now I have my base. That's 32 feet by 40 feet, and I have it labeled. Okay? Alright, next you're going to find your siding materials. Okay? And we are going to draw our walls for this one. Okay? Our first wall is going to be 12 by 40. So again, I'm just going to count 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. So there I have one wall complete. So once again, it's 12 feet high, so 3 boxes, 3 large boxes up. That's where I made my line. And then I counted 10 going across because there's 4 boxes in each one to get 40 feet. Now for my next one, I'm going to count 28 up and 16 over to get the peak of where my roof is going to be. So if I go 16 over, that's 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to make a little mark there. Now I'm going to go 28 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 28 little squares, but I'm just going to count big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 times 4 is 24. Plus another 4 is 28. So again, my height here is 28 feet, up and down, and into the middle to find the location is 16 feet. Now I'm going to draw a line from that dot down to my wall. And then I'm going to go all the way down, and I got to make sure it's the right mark here. And I'm going to draw another line going from there down to here. So that is one side of my home. Okay, this is 32 feet. Remember that base that we made, 40 by 32? Now I'm going to turn this over. And I'm going to do the same thing going the opposite way for my other wall. So I can just use one sheet for all my walls. So I'm going to do 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to go 12 feet up. 1, 4, 8, 12. Notice I'm labeling things as I go too. Okay, then I'm going to draw my lines. And I'm going to go 16 over. 4, 8, 12, 16. I'm going to go 28 up. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Draw my line. This is 32 feet. This right here, up and down, is 28 feet. Remember, to get to the middle is 16 feet. So this is what your sheet should look like before you cut it out. It should show the 2 different sides of the houses. And it should be accurately measured and drawn with lines. Then you're going to use your scissors and you're going to cut it out. Following the lines. Okay, so I've got them all cut out. So I've got my 2 walls. And then I'm going to save my scrap piece because I might need a triangle or something from the siding if I decide to use it for my next project. So I'm just going to save it and I'm going to put it in my pile. Next, I'm going to grab my roof material. And we're going to cut that out and then we're going to put it all together. Alright, so now we're going to make our roof. So I'm going to take my sheet, turn it over so I get to the grid paper. And on this one, it's going to be 24 by 44. Okay? So I'm going to count over to 44, so it's going to be 11 big squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And then I'm going to go up 22. Or not 22, 22 little squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4 is 20, so 22. I'm going to draw my lines. So once again, this is 22 feet, and this is 44 feet. The reason why it's a little bit different than your base is because you want to have overhang with the roof, so it goes a little bit bigger on numbers, okay? Then I'm going to just use the other side of my page, because if I count up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, this is supposed to be 24. Oh my goodness, 24 feet. My bad. So take that line up to 24 feet. Whoops. That makes more sense. It's an even box, okay? Then going the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 24. We're going to just use the other half. So pretty easy. You're just making a big rectangle. You can cut out both rectangles if you want, or what I like to do is I'll just fold it on this line to form the peak of the roof. Okay? So at this point, now after you have these two boxes drawn, you're going to cut it out. And I'm just going to fold mine on this line, so all I have to do is cut straight up. And again, after I cut it out here, I'm going to save this extra chunk just in case I need it later on for a different project, and I've got my roof cut out. Okay, so that's it for the video of how to cut out all the shapes. Check out the next video for how to put your house together.